Hello, Jenny Gleeson here from LifeWorks. This is the final little video of personality dimensions that I'm going to show you. So this one ties all of the colours in together. So we have the green, we have the gold, we have the green, the orange, the gold and the blue. So I've actually put them in this order on purpose, because this is where we can sometimes see a little bit of tension between the colours. So if we have a look a little bit more in detail, we have the green. Now, as I was saying before, greens can be very logical, they're very big picture thinkers, they look at the systems, they tend to kind of cut through a lot of the emotion to get to the core of the issue or the core of the complexity. The reason I've put them opposite to blue is because blue are all about emotion. Blues is all about listening to people and really taking in the emotional side of things. So they can get caught up in a bit of the drama, I guess. And that's not a negative. Neither one of them are negative. It's just a different way of thinking and preferring to be in the world. So as you can see, blues are all around that kind of groups of people, teams, community, relationship building. So sometimes if there's a drama or there needs to be something solved, there can be a bit of tension between the two, because the blues are focusing more on the emotional side and how it's going to affect people, whereas the greens tend to focus on the bigger picture. So what's going to happen in the end of the bigger picture. So blues would like to talk about things, whereas green people are like, what's the problem and how are we going to solve it? So that can cause a little bit of tension between the two colours. Sometimes, and I'm just talking very broadly here, but this is what I see a lot in organisations and teams. And these two, so gold and orange, may have a little bit of a tension as well. Now, if we think about it and you remember back, golds are about policies and procedures and structure. It's the way that it has to be done. That's the way that it's been set up to be done. Oranges, on the other hand, are like, we need to get this thing done, let's just do it. So they're happy to bend or break some rules or manipulate rules to get to the end result, which really irritates a gold person because they're all about doing it properly, one step at a time. So this is where some tension sometimes happens as well. So I like to give the example about Christmas. I say to a lot of gold people, when have you started organising Christmas yet? We happen to be in November at the moment. A lot of gold people would have everything done and dusted. So they've got all the presents, they know who's going to what. An orange person go, what? I don't even think about that until Christmas Eve. So again, there can be some tension. Orange people look at gold and think, why are you being so organised? There's other things to be doing right now. Whereas they're like, why can you not be so organised? It's a big event. So that can be some tension as well. Okay. So out of all of the colours, these ones are the most driven by relationships and community. These ones tend to be more sort of individual. Okay, you can see that there's a little bit of going on here, but it seems to be more like-minded, but everything else is quite individual. Just like in this picture, they're individual. So these are driven by community. These two colours are driven by more of an individual need. What else have we got going on here? So these two are quite similar in the sense of policies and procedures and looking at documentation and what history shows works, that's the green and the gold, whereas the orange and the blue tend to be a little bit more, I don't want to say optimistic, but I guess it's more kind of, let's look forward. Let's look into what the future holds. Let's be in the here and now and what's happening. Whereas these ones tend to be driven a little bit more about the past and looking and reflecting on the past. Okay, so I'm sure you can see why this is so good for teams, and it's really good for individuals as well, especially when they're in a bit of a maybe midlife crisis or trying to look at a career when they're a teenager. So this activity works really well. It takes about 3 to 4 hours to go through this. And as I said, at the end, everyone gets a participant pack, and inside is the information on each colour, the Scoring My Personality Dimensions sheet, the Traits and Characteristics sheet, and you can also potentially win a book if you guess my colour. Okay, so hopefully I've taken you through personality dimensions in a nutshell, and as I said, thousands of people have gone through it now. It is internationally run. I can't claim this as my own, though I wish I could. So it's not about stereotyping or pigeonholing, it's looking at your preferences. So I'm not going to tell you what I am. You can get in contact with me and we can have a discussion around how you can book a one-on-one session for yourself or for your team. Thank you.